we're going to notice that before we draw this to an end. Many of God's true people are in Babylon. They belong to the beast. Or they're within the beast power. I shouldn't say they belong to the beast power, but now they are part of that system. There are many people who are in the system which is called the false prophet. There are many of God's true people among the kings of the earth, the secular powers of the earth. And we're going to notice that God gives these people a call to come out. And so we notice that the beast power represents the Roman Catholic papacy as a system, a power that ruled for times in the dividing of time, or 1,260 years from 538 to 1798, and a power who received a deadly wound, but whose deadly wound is going to be healed, and everyone on planet Earth who is not on God's side will worship this system. But we also noticed in the third angel's message that there is a second beast. This is a beast that rises from the earth, has two horns like a lamb, which we notice represents two kingdoms. One nation that recognizes two kingdoms that Jesus recognized, because they're two horns like a lamb, and horns represent kingdoms. We identified this power beyond any shadow of a doubt as the United States of America, who in its founding documents taught and still teaches to this day that in the United States of America there are two separable kingdoms. There's the kingdom of the church and there is the kingdom of the state. And they exist in the same nation, but they are to be kept separate one from another. Render therefore unto Caesar that which is Caesar's, and unto God that which is God's. But this beast that rises from the earth will have these two horns like a lamb. It will confess externally that it believes in two kingdoms. But we're told in the prophecy that it will end up speaking like a dragon, which means that it will make an image to the first beast. It will have a love relationship with the Roman Catholic papacy. And it will implement in the United States the principles of the papacy. It will no longer separate church and state. It will join church and state. It will make an image of the first beast. Now, if you look at the first beast, what characterized it is that during the 1,260 years, it used the power of the sword or the power of the state to persecute those who were not in harmony with her. So if this beast from the earth is going to make an image of that first beast, it must mean that she's going to join church and state, and she's going to enforce the principles of the first beast. And then, of course, we noticed in the third angel's message about the mark of the beast. We actually had 2 lectures on the mark of the beast. And we noticed that the mark of the beast is in contrast to the seal of God. The seal of God is found in the 4th commandment of His law. You need 3 things for a seal: the name of the person, his office, and the territory over which he rules. There's only one commandment in God's law that has those 3 characteristics, and that is the 4th commandment of God's holy law. In other words, the seal of God is the 7th-day Sabbath, which means that the mark of the beast must be an opposite sign that the beast has of his power and his authority. And we notice that the beast, the Roman Catholic papacy, claims that its sign of authority is Sunday as the day of rest. And then we studied about the number of the beast. We noticed that the number is connected with his name. It's the number of his name. And we noticed that his name is Vicarius Filii Dei. We dedicated a whole lecture to this. It was quite a while ago.